You know,
in the background here.
Ultimate power in the universe.
Last we will reveal ourselves.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now if you only knew the power of gods.
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now into my
Hello there.
We're here, we're back, and welcome to LightSaber Radio, your weekly hive of scum and villainy. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell to join our live shows on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and feel free to leave us a comment. It means the whole galaxy. Today, we have a very special guest. He's been a regular in the chat, a huge supporter of my cosplay for a good time. Welcome to the show, Dylan.
Hello, hello.
what's up, Dylan?
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Jeez.
So enthused, guys. We are so enthused every time somebody's on. That's all it is.
Y'all have to
Hey,
forgive me.
it's always like nerve-wracking at first. Just
Well,
don't
Kyle's
like
got a
that.
pretty good excuse. He's been
Yeah, Kyle's
putting in
got a
some
good excuse
hours
this week. For the rest of you, Dylan, it is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
We
you
are
guys for
so
having me.
excited.
I'm excited.
It's finally nice to put a face to all the text messages
Yes.
on Instagram. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Especially
Well,
the
profile
random
picture
videos
doesn't
you
do
send
it
me at
justice.
like midnight of like like a bantha
Yes.
shot.
Yes. Like a bantha.
I'm obsessed. I can't stop. As is LightSaber Radio tradition, this week our Hothbreaker. You're on a Star Wars stag night. It's a week before your wedding day. Where are you going, and who are you going with?
Oof.
CJ?
I already have the immediate answer. I'm going to the
Yep.
sanctuary and I'm taking Boba Fett with me.
Fair.
Because I can see him and that the leader of that sanctuary just having fun together.
That man
Nice.
would party so hard. Like,
Oh yeah. The man got a lizard up the nose and went on a freaking trip. You telling me he doesn't like to have a good freaking spotchka? Come on. Do some death sticks and party hard.
yeah.
Oh.
We have to only pick one person.
No, you can have multiple people. Like,
That's tough. That is a tough one.
Or we could
I
throw
don't
a
know.
party at
What was
Jabba's
the question?
palace.
what was the question?
Garrison
What
over there
is-
like, what? I don't understand.
What is up with you guys today? The question was, it's your Star Wars stag night. Where are you going, and who are you taking with you?
Oh, stupid. What's a stag night?
I think like
What's a
bachelor
stag
party.
Like a
night?
bachelor party.
It's a bachelor
A
party.
The
Bachelor party.
lactite. Oh, okay.
No, a bachelor party. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know
Stag,
what
like
that
you're
meant.
going stag to the prom, which is alone. You're not
Going
with
stag
anybody.
night. All right.
Jeez.
Let me think about that.
Man, she gonna fly over.
One of
Right.
these days.
Yes.
One of these days, I am going to kill you. I'm going to
Okay,
end your
okay.
existence.
I mean, it makes sense. I understand. Okay, now I guess it kind of makes sense.
Do you not have a
You
bachelor
call the
party? You
male
got
deer
married,
stag
bro.
or whatever.
Yeah, did you not have a bachelor party?
No, they probably
I-
hung out at
hey,
home and
so-
played video games.
We planned a bachelor party.
Ah.
I got sick.
Oh.
Oh.
While they all went to the bachelor party, I was sick.
They just left you.
Wow.
That's so
The
bad.
bachelor not show up to the
No,
bachelor
so-
party.
So they took me at the beginning, right? And so I was at the beginning of the bachelor party, and I was like, guys, I can't do this. I gotta go home. Like,
Oh.
it was pretty bad. And so I was like, you guys have fun. I'm out.
That's when you just stop and all the boys come over and we kick it and like
I was
BS.
gonna say, whilst that's so lovely and like genuine, like generous of you, oh my god, your friends are terrible. That's so unfair.
No, they're not. They're not. I literally, I was like,
Yes.
dude, I just want to go to bed. I feel terrible.
I'm
That's
done.
fair. But yeah,
But,
Kyle, if you were having a Star Wars bachelor party, where would you go and who would you take with you for that?
I would
one
think
big...
I would take, if I was having a bachelor party, I would take Darth Bane, Darth Maul, Palpatine.
Man, that's a dark ass party.
And
That'd be amazing.
I think we would have it on the Death Star, and we just blow up planets for like blow that one up, blow that one up, blow that one up. That would be like the entertainment.
Okay,
for the
I
evening.
really like that.
It's like, we're gonna go planet shooting, guys.
That would be my bachelor
I used to
party.
shoot planets all the time in my T-16.
Palpatine. I used to shoot planets all the time in my Death Star before they blew it up.
Dylan, do you have any thoughts and feelings?
Yeah, so honestly, I was just rewatching some scenes from Attack of the Clones. So I would probably go to that bar, that Coruscant bar, where Anakin and Obi-Wan find Zam Wesell. And I'm taking Anakin and Obi-Wan, by the way. But Clone Wars, Anakin and Obi-Wan. You know, when the banter is fresh. And
Oh yeah.
we're having a ball.
Yes.
Again, death sticks, drinking some spotchka. We're going all the way. It's gonna be fun.
There's no coming back from this.
There's no coming back.
You wake up on an entirely different planet, like just
Oh.
no memory, no recollection.
No. You pop up like Finn in the middle of the desert.
Clone trooper helmet and all. You're like, what?
Yeah, wearing this stormtrooper armor. Like, how did I get in this? Like,
Where's this at?
How did I
This
get
is
a
like 40 years
jetpack?
too soon.
Oh my god.
It's like, this isn't Coruscant.
So Chris said Lando, Chewie, and Han, and we're hitting up to the gladiator pits
Yeah.
on Geonosis, then hitting up the clubs on Coruscant.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
that'd be
I
pretty
feel like
fun.
that's probably the best answer. Just anywhere Lando or Han Solo would go. I trust them to plan a good
Lando.
bachelor party.
I know, because I feel like Han would get you in a skirmish because he's pissed everybody off in the galaxy. Lando's gonna hit on your girl that you've been hitting on all night. Chewie's gonna get
No,
so
no,
drunk
no.
he's just
You
gonna
shouldn't be
cuddle
hitting
you all
anyone.
night.
It's your
I already know
bachelor
what's gonna
party.
happen.
That's your
That big
last
ass
night of
monkey's gonna
freedom.
hold
You're
you.
allowed to do stuff on your bachelor party.
No,
No, I
CJ,
just
you're
thought of a character we
forgetting.
gotta bring along too.
La-
Hondo or Naka.
Yeah.
Gotta bring
Lando-
Hondo.
Lando won't just hit on your girl; he'll hit on you too. Like that man has no
Well,
shame.
that's the thing. And then
He is
Chewie's gonna get
everyone.
so drunk, he's gonna be just petting you.
Hondo will end up, yeah. Lando
He's just gonna-
or
you're gonna get drunk,
Lando
he's
will
gonna
end up
carry
just
you.
sleeping with the stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick said hitting the slot machines on Cano Bite with C-3PO because he could tell him the odds.
Hey, that's
Nick,
not a bad
Nick,
idea.
you know what's up though. You
That's
gonna be
actually a great
millionaire by the
idea.
end of the night.
C-3PO could probably count the cards for you.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Play
Well, Lando's
poker.
got a card
Oh, that's
counter.
counter.
He's got a lot of
genius.
things on his wrist.
That's genius. He won the
Lando
bachelor
and
party.
3PO.
What's up,
Yeah.
cardboard cutout?
But
What's up?
Since it would be about a bachelorette party, is that the equivalent in?
yes,
Yeah.
that is the equivalent.
Because it's in the UK, it's a stag night or a hen
What do you call it? Oh,
A
a
Hindu?
Hindu.
A Hindu.
a hen.
It's like, what
Yeah.
is it, a
Stag
dough
and
night?
hen. I would like to see
Wow.
a stag. I would like to see a stag sleep with a hen. I would pay money to see that. In real life, I would pay so much money to see that.
And it's usually large groups of very, very drunk women walking through town in extremely like short dresses with like cowboy hats on and like sashes and like it's
Bro.
a whole culture thing.
Dude, European bachelorette parties are way different than like American.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like when I was in Australia, holy flip, these girls will go insane.
Yep. It is absolutely that there's strippers, Magic Mike, like. But no, I would
No
I
shame.
would go to Coruscant. I would have all of the girls, Padme. I'd have Padme and all of her handmaidens, and we would go shopping, spend a load of money, and then get absolutely plastered at a bar, and then just get absolutely plastered at a bar together. That'd be brilliant.
No, because it would be politics and clothing. That's all.
Oh
I'd
no,
hear.
no, 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 no!
I would
no,
hate
no.
to be
We
that
are-
bartender.
We are talking. I want the details about Anakin Skywalker. I want every single detail.
He wants to know why they call him the chosen one.
Mhm.
Gosh.
Mhm.
We're going back to these jokes. No. Do you ever bring
Ah.
sand into the bed to see some excitement out of him?
Oh,
Gets everywhere.
We know choking is on the table.
I'm still like curious. Like, does she think 3PO's in bed with that hand kind of situation? Does he have to like sleep off the opposite side where it's the actual hand, or like? I need to
Does
know.
he have like a sleeve that goes over it to make it the same?
It's like a bed sleeve. It's like all soft, like sweatpants.
You know what the bad thing about that is? The bad thing is that's what they used to show that it was previous time period. Because Luke had skin on his hand. Luke's hand looked real at first. But to make it go back and look like it was at a previous time and they didn't have that, they didn't put nothing on his hand, so he didn't have no hand. He had the robot hand. That was like, really? That's how y'all showed that? That's how y'all showed it? Like, we can look at it until it's better time period. Y'all digressed by the time Han came. I mean, by the time Luke came. Y'all, the Empire, everything had digressed. It digressed everything.
He puts a glove on. He's got that going for him.
Cardboard cutout cosplay. I'm so sorry that we missed your comment. You said that you would go to the Mos Eisley Cantina with Han, Luke, and Chewie for some good old Jizz music. Yes.
Sydney,
I mean,
I'd step up from Mos Eisley and I'd go to the sanctuary place with the Twi'lek.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Boba Fett.
Thank you. Sydney's comment though, there's no excitement with sand in the bed. It's just erectile dysfunction. Thank you, Sydney.
it would be deeply upsetting.
I'm sorry, this doesn't happen to me, but there's sand everywhere.
So today's topic, I wanted to discuss the things, the worst scenes that y'all think that was in the Star Wars films. Just scenes that just like made you just cringe, like, why did they put this in there? And since we are on the discussion of sand in Star Wars
I
and
knew it.
Anakin's
I
power
knew
of
it.
sand,
Yes.
that is the worst, one of the worst scenes ever. That was the worst pickup line you could ever say in the history of time. It was terrible. They should have cut that whole scene out of the movie. It was terrible. It was just so like, oh, this is just bad. Why would you even?
The way he looked at her scared me. I'm gonna put you in a dungeon kind of look. Like, you put the lotion on the skin kind of crap, you know? Like,
having sort of the kind of, there's been like a prequel renaissance per se. This huge kind of influx of people just falling in love with them again. A lot of people choose to interpret it that what he's actually saying is, I don't like San. I hate the place that I came from, and I hate where I've been, but you are so soft and so beautiful and so just incredible, and I don't want any of where I've come from. All I want is you. And it comes out as this awkward, uncomfortable, weird teen, because he's just a teenager. He doesn't know how to talk to girls. That's a whole girl in front of him. That's a whole pretty, nice smelling lady in front of him, and he has no clue what to do.
He's been raised since he was 9 years old to believe that, you know, attachments are forbidden and attachments
He was raised in a cult.
Exactly.
He was raised in a cult.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, you get with that girl over there, boom, you're going evil. So
they weren't wrong.
But so to grow up in that environment and then all of a sudden be like, hey, I have these feelings and I can't explain them. So I'm trying to rationalize them as best as I can, but it's not working.
No.
But to agree with Kyle,
off as the Silence of the Lambs moment.
It would be fine if he wasn't gazing at her like he wants to eat her, whilst also really gently touching her.
It was the
arm.
smile was what was weird.
This was like a stalker or something.
Yeah.
Like, how do you look like that? Like, you look like you're
like he's looking through the window. He looks like he's looking through the window like, yes.
Every night, Padme.
And what my biggest problem is Padme really fell for it. She was like, oh, that was so sweet. Like, no woman would say that. They'd be like, you creep, get away from me. What are you talking about?
He says any of this, and he says any of this on Coruscant, immediate restraining order. Immediate.
So, off the back of this, one of my worst scenes, and like Nick and I talked about this, when Anakin is sat on the bed in his room with Padme and he is whining about how he's not been made a Jedi Master, and Padme just sits there and takes it. No woman that I know would sit there and listen to her partner be that much of a whiny baby. It's so ridiculous. Like, he just doesn't stop, and she's there like, okay, that's all right, babe, don't you worry. Stop enabling him. Stop.
But coddling The coddling is so real with her.
It's okay. You can be whiny and upset. It's fine. It's not really a problem that they didn't make. It's okay. Also, Padme eating that piece of CGI pear. If I could remove one scene from Star Wars, cut that entirely. Awful, horrible, so uncomfortable, so unnecessary.
And I love that he's got to explain himself. Like, Obi-Wan would be so mad if I was doing this.
Like, what is the purpose of being able to use the Force if the Jedi say you can't use the Force? Yeah. Like, I didn't get that. Like, what are you talking about? Ain't you supposed to use the Force? You're a Jedi.
I guess they're coming at from the idea of misusing the Force and like using it for your own personal gain, sort of.
Oh, moving a pear is personal gain? Damn. How dare I? How dare I?
You're trying
He was moving
on somebody, okay? And you're like, hey, what makes me different from these other guys? I can levitate things with my mind.
Okay, David Blaine, calm down.
Now it's floating, and I'm gonna pass it to you.
He lifted that pear to lower that dress.
All right, Garrison, what's your favorite? What's your favorite worst scenes in Star Wars?
And like, so I did like each episode, my least favorite part of each episode.
Yeah.
But so like in episode 1, either the part where they meet the flippin' stupid Gungan, who I'm not even gonna name. They should have just let him get run over by the thing. Why did Qui-Gon save him?
Yes.
Like, so that's the worst scene because it had the potential to be the best scene, and it was a missed opportunity. Yeah. Or now this is pod racing.
No. You say it
pod
better
racing
when you normally do it.
No. Listen, what?
You when you normally just do it, it sounds way better. That one kind of sounded like you were trying to get in that child's voice. When you just say it, it's really accurate.
Now this is pod racing. Is that better?
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Either way, KK, just the pod racing scene was a little long, and him blowing up the whole thing was a little okay, but whatever, that's fine.
Jake Lloyd's acting isn't the best. I hate when he's in the little speeder at the end and he goes, yippee! Shut up.
Don't try spitting. That's a good trick.
Like the kid is adorable for the first half of the movie, and for the second half, I just want to deck him. I want to kick him into space.
Vacuum shoot.
But yes, please tell us more.
Episode 2, the love scenes for sure. That's just awkward. 3, Misa, give emergency powers.
I think that's 2.
Yeah, that's
Is
the
that
end
2?
of episode 2.
That's 2.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
It was right before the clones attacked on Geonosis.
And 3 is a perfect movie.
No criticism.
There's nothing wrong with 3.
3. Yeah, 3 is a perfect movie.
Absolutely no criticism. Nothing you can make fun of in that movie.
I don't know.
No, there's got to be something. There's got to be something.
I think the meddling on Mustafar in the beginning, his look, like it was menacing, but it kind of looks like it's like, hey, you're her boyfriend, but I'm the stalker. Well, how dare you talk to her? Kind of look. It was like that was how I took that.
The worst scene in Revenge of the Sith is when Anakin and Obi-Wan are facing each other and they spin their lightsabers at each other for a stupid amount of time. They don't touch. They don't
flash.
That was perfect. There was intimidation. It was psychological warfare. Get out of here, Charlie.
They're both punching on each other at the same time.
It was a who's going to strike first kind of thing.
It's a saber measuring contest.
It was a pissing. It was a pissing contest.
The worst part of that movie was when Anakin says, "If you are not with me, you are my enemy." That was like, I did not believe that at all. Like, dude, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You're about to get your ass whooped. Like this, that was not believable. Like the way
you will try
was not believable. It was just so fake sounding. It was like it did not seem realistic. Like what did he just say? Like I had to rewind it. Like did I hear that right? Because that's not
my new empire. Your new empire.
This whole, thing, they have to keep the acting the same. You can't make it better. You can't have him do better. You got to do the same acting you did in the beginning. I don't care.
So with that scene on Mustafar, I want to defend that for a second. Only because, think about it like this. Anakin is just saying whatever he is thinking in that moment. He doesn't believe the words he's saying. That's why it sounds so shallow. But he's believed, well, shoot, I've done all this thing. I've just choked my wife to death. I'm standing face to face with my, former best friend. The guy's like a brother to me. And, he's like, hey, dude, you just murdered kids. Like, everyone
he did. With pride.
dead, and you killed them. And he's just like, well, I mean, I gotta follow through now. Gotta seize it through.
That was one of the best scenes ever. I don't care what nobody says. When that lightsaber came on with them kids standing there, that was one of the best scenes ever in Star Wars.
Scene.
That was the best scene ever.
His face.
So I think the worst scene.
Amazing.
The worst scene is when Obi-Wan tells Padme, he's like, I saw a security hologram of him.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Because he's almost laughing. And I love it. But that's probably the worst scene if we had to pick one.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right. Episode 4. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Charlie.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
Bro, episode 4, the Luke Skywalker and Leia kiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just forget about that one.
Only time it really made it bad. Only time it really made it bad is after you found out that they were brother and sister. Because now every time you see it, you just cringe like, oh God.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
But it ruins the rewatchability.
Episode 5, when Darth Vader, he says, "No, I'm your father," and Luke's response is like, "No, that's impossible," and just like really cheesy and like.
Mark Hamill's overacting is too much.
Yeah. Well, I like when he does it now, like when he scares people, like when they're doing that scene and he like comes up from behind them and he's like, he sounds way better doing it now than he did when he first did it.
Well, he was like 12 when he first did it, so he's matured
it's
now.
It's not just the voice; it's the faces that he makes.
The face is terrible. It looks like he's pooping himself.
Like, wow, it's bad.
Some straight constipation face, like.
Too much.
Episode 6, probably the Ewoks. Some of the stuff with the Ewoks was a little too much. Hey,
Get
come
out.
on.
Get out.
Just a little too much. How they're throwing rocks at the stormtroopers and killing the stormtroopers. Okay, like. I wish they would have like. I like the Ewoks,
terrible.
But it's a little too much.
The whole battle was terrible. A bunch of little furry,
too much.
A bunch of little furry little bears whooping these highly trained soldiers with blasters, and they just using sticks and rocks. Come on now, like I was like, what the hell?
Where this guy wrote this thing? It's literally the PTSD of the encounter on Endor. It's literally a stormtrooper's accounts of how it scares the hell out of him to think about Ewoks.
They're all scared of Ewoks. Like, what are these little things? Oh my God! Oh, we're gonna all
Battlefront 2 really makes it seem scary though. Like if you play Battlefront 2 and you play the Ewok hunt,
so fun. It is so fun.
It's scary though because you'll be in the middle of it and your flashlight shuts off and you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And especially when you're alone and you can't see anything, it's 10 times worse. Or they use the horn. Oh,
especially because people who play as the Ewoks are so good.
Okay, wait. We gotta go back. It just popped in my head. We gotta go back. The worst scene in 3 was when Darth Vader is at the end of it. He's like, no, and everything's crushing. That shit is just stupid as hell. Like, dude, y'all could have left that out of there. Y'all didn't need to put that in there. Y'all could have just left it alone.
Nick raised that in the chat, and I can't. It's burned into my brain, and it's so
I didn't see that. Yep, you're right, Nick.
Dramatic.
Nick, I'm sorry. That's my ultimate least favorite scene, and he just said it. The Jocasta new library scene. Like that's a slap. Like I'm a slap you. Shut up. Somebody deleted this.
Hate her.
If it's not in the archives, it's shut up. You obviously don't pay attention.
All right, episodes.
Tread
we're on
lightly.
episode 7 now.
All of it.
Did you do episode 6?
I did episode 6.
The Ewoks.
Okay. Yes. Episode 7. Let me think. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Killing off Han Solo. They killed him off a little early, I think.
Yeah, Fair.
which I guess that's not like terrible. I just feel like episode 7 was just a remake of 4, so it was just a little bit like.
It absolutely is like a shot for shot.
So yeah,
It's like a reboot,
like
not
there
a-
was less risk, less reward. So it was like, let's see, episode. Yeah, I'd probably just go with that. I don't know, and yeah, The Last Jedi is definitely the casino scene. Just terrible. All of
I
it.
thought
Everything
that was
to do with
funny
that.
though.
No, take it out.
For me, it's when Kylo Ren stands in front of Rey and goes, "You're worthless. You're nothing, but not to me." Why is he negging her?
Oh, that's true.
Why is he? Why
There's
is
some
he negging
gaslighting
her?
right there.
But
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the straight
Episode 8 is
gaslighting.
bad.
It's
Like,
Holy
you're not
crap.
going to be anything without me. You better watch out. Like, shut the hell up. You crybaby emo bitch.
in 8, the worst scene was when Luke Skywalker dies. That's it was just the worst scene ever because he just wakes up. He wakes up from the little teleportation trance, and then he starts to lean over, and then he just disappears. Like, what the hell? What is going on?
It was dumb.
That was it was terrible. It was like, dude, this is just like, or when him and Kylo was fighting and he just moving out the way at the lightsaber, like, yeah, okay, duck, okay. Like, that was just like, what are you doing, man? Like, at least fight back, like, because you didn't know at the first that it was a projection. So it's like, dude, fight back. Like, what are you doing? Why are you just moving? Like, do something Jedi-like. You know, it was just.
Fun
Yeah.
fact.
Okay, can we all agree all of 7 was just terrible?
Or yeah, flipping Leia
it was just
flying.
terrible.
Chris, Leia flying.
Yes,
Yeah,
Leia
oh
flying
my
through
God.
space. No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't care.
Wait.
The only
I can't
person
believe I
that can
didn't
do
think about
that
that one.
is dead. The only person that was able to do that because he had a mask was damn Plo Koon. You can't just no.
Also,
Kanan did it too
Cardboard
briefly
Cutout
in
has an
Rebels.
excellent point. Sorry, Dylan.
Mm.
How can we not talk about Ben Swallow? I did not need to see buff
Man, that
nipply
boy
Kylo Ren in the middle
though,
of The Last
that's
Jedi.
You could tell he was a Marine. Like he had the
excuse me, that's
stature.
the
He had the,
best scene in the movie. That's the
Yeah,
eye
but Rey's
candy.
just there like, I do not consent.
we know how you really feel, huh?
Yeah, that's the eye candy. What are you talking about?
Hey, if we're
Why?
going for eye candy, why is he the one that's topless?
Because it's PG-13. they can't put Ray topless on there. Then it's not
Garrison,
PG-13 no more.
If Daisy
That's
Ridley
a
got
different
out in a
episode
Star
8.
Wars
That's a
film,
different Last Jedi.
Bro,
I
if
think I
Daisy
downloaded
Ridley
the
got her
wrong
boobs out in a
Last
Star
Jedi.
Wars film, it would redeem
She
the
already
entire
has,
rest of the movie.
her
Really?
first TV performance was as a corpse on a show called Waking
Oh,
Dead
but I don't want
on
to see a
the
dead
BBC.
body.
He's not a
I'm not-
necrophiliac. How
Necrophilia,
dare you?
necrophilia.
Crap! Even if she, no. Okay.
Chewie was topless.
That's right,
Nick.
Chewie was
That's a
topless.
good
Yeah,
point.
Chewie was
Chewie
always
was topless.
Atta boy.
It was top of the Star Wars.
Okay,
He
good.
just had that party sack around his shoulder. you know, just
Episode
all his fun
9.
stuff.
Oh,
Okay, there's a tie for first place. Either one, they fly now? Come on, dude. Really? Like, really?
That was
the
They
dumbest
fly
thing.
now? We've been seeing people flying for the past, 50 years, plus longer. Like, you're that surprised? Like, just the...
Jetpacks have
so
been a
bad.
thing for a very long
Yeah.
time.
They fly now? Yeah, dude. Really? That's shocking. Like, so either that one or what's your name? Ray Skywalker. No. Okay. No, I'm just.
I've got a
Dylan's
different
got something
one
to
for
say.
that one. I've got a different one for that one. For 9, my least favorite scene is when Rey and Kylo Ren kiss, but not for the reason you think. Not for the reason you think. I'm mad because he died afterwards. I wish they both lived. Because if you think about it, we've done the whole villain redeems himself at the last minute thing and then dies. I would have loved to see maybe a Disney Plus show of Kylo Ren or Ben going through and redeeming and righting his wrongs. I feel like that would have been a great series. A lot of missed opportunity there, in my opinion.
I just thought the whole thing. She saves him and he saves her, and what was the point of that? And somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, that was probably the worst scene in the movie. Somehow.
Mm,
The
Okay,
beginning.
the two things, I only got two things out of all the movies that just like is just etched in my brain forever that I can't get rid of. The look on Rey's face when Kylo is holding her with the Force and she's holding the gun. She got that scrunched up look on her face. Like, it's just disturbing. Like, it's so disturbing. Like, she just like, like it's etched in my brain. Like, I have dreams about that damn face. I look at it, it's like a nightmare. It's just terrible. Like, oh my God, why would you make that face? Like, you could have just been like, any face other than that face. And
the
then
amount of times in cosplay I've done that face when someone's pointed a camera at me, grabbed my blaster, and gone.
And the next one was the Kylo Ren stopping the blaster bolt. Like, to me, that is the dumbest thing. No Jedi, no Sith ever in the history of time has ever been able to stop a blaster bolt. Not even Vader. Vader had to block it with his hand. He couldn't stop it with the Force. Like, I was like, and then when they're walking by and when the stormtroopers are dragging a pole across and he looks back, and he's looking at it like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks so fake. Like, oh my God, this looks terrible. This is like this. Y'all could have just took that out. Like, he blasted. Kylo Ren could have just moved out the way, let the blaster go by, kill somebody else, or something like that. Them two scenes are like just etched in my head for like all of history. I can't get rid of them, no matter how hard I try. I even deleted it. I cut it out of the movie so I don't have to see it when I watch the movies now. On my copies, I cut them two scenes out. I don't even have them two scenes in the movie. I know what happens. I don't need to see it. That's my two worst things ever in Star Wars, and they all happened in the same movie, so it was really bad. Like, why did it have to happen in the same movie? Because other than that, I kind of like the movie. So you know what I'm saying. That's not my favorite movie, but I don't mind watching it, except for those two scenes.
I think that I've gone through all of the ones. Oh, the last one for me. This is probably going to be a bit controversial. Attack of the Clones. The sweeping shots of the clone troopers, like the kind of full establishing shots of the army. I hate it.
It don't look good.
So because it is pure CG. There isn't a shred of practical in that anywhere. It's so jarring compared to the human and real aspects that we've seen throughout the rest of the film. Like Yoda, I can excuse. God, it just doesn't look. Ugh.
Right,
They could have literally just, if they wanted to do that shot, they could have literally just hired the whole 501 and just had them all come out there and stand there and gave them the armor and just said stand there, and they'd have had enough people to fill the
they would have
the point.
Especially doing it in California. You have at least 16 chapters in the LA region alone. You would have had more than enough. You would have had probably 2-3 different battalions.
They could have done. They could have done it in real life.
They used the 501st for the sequel movies.
Yes, because they looked at it and thought that was smart. They used it for the Mandalorian too.
That's where I was going to go today. After I got done with the show, I was going to go to the. They're having the 70th. It's the 70th Battalion, or whatever it is. 70th Garrison thing at the Mizzou Sports Arena. Their basketball charity is today from 1 to 4.
There's only one of me.
Yeah, there is only one Garrison.
I'm just kidding. What about Rogue One or Solo?
I didn't look at those because I don't think there's anything wrong with Rogue One. Rogue One was perfect.
The whole film.
Solo, the only thing that was like a scene that they could just took out of Solo was, I would have to say, was I didn't like the Chewie Solo fight in the mud thing. I didn't like that. It just was.
I love the deleted scenes where it's a lot more in depth and there's like a lot more to it. The fact that they cut it and cut it and cut it and cut it and cut it to the point where
it just seemed too fake to me. It seemed like, dude, this is a Wookiee against this little scrawny dude. Like the same thing I had with the problem with the Book of Boba Fett. It's like, dude, you would die. There's no way you're fighting a Wookiee. You're going to die. Like, and he survives, and like he's literally, Chewbacca's like running him into the pole. Like, dude, you would be crushed. Like, you're dead. And it just seemed too fake to me. It was like, dude, this is not realistic to me. Like, I seen like Chewbacca rips people's arms off. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in the movie too, he does it. He rips the Pike's arms off.
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's no way you're surviving this. Like, and it just looked way too fake. That was one scene that I think that they could have like did differently or just took out and just had him like he helped. Like they could have, if it was me and I was the director, instead of them fighting, I'd have had him drop him in there and then being like, I know they was trying to build up suspense and all that. Trying to, oh, they got to fight, and then that's, then he saves them or whatever, the suspenseful aspect. Because when they drop him in there and Chewbacca's like, in the background, and he's like, oh, shit, I'm about to get killed. And they haven't fed him and all this, like really, I haven't ever heard of a Wookiee eating people, but okay. But I think they could have made it different where they dropped him in there. He's like, hey, man, I could get us out, man. You're a big Wookiee. Hit this thing. Or, something. They could have figured out some other way to do it. And I just didn't like the scene. But that was the only scene in Solo I didn't like.
In Rogue One, I understand like now that it's part of the story and it's a whole kind of metaphor and everything. But I hate that the two characters died at the end. Like they sit on the beach, they have a little kiss, and then they burn to death. And I just...
What were they supposed to do?
Thank you, Garrison.
I don't know what they were supposed to do, Garrison, but not that.
That was a hell of a
If you
goodbye.
scream, yeah, no. It's because if you scream loud enough, you get magically saved. That's what happens.
Yeah.
If their love was as strong as Kylo and Rey's, they would have lived.
Hey, I
Exactly.
really dislike the Rey and Kylo romance. I hate it. I do not support Reylo. I do not support the kiss. I do not like their romance or relationship. It's disgusting and unnecessary.
And it's toxic.
It is disgusting. It's
so
toxic and horrible.
But so is
Also-
Anakin and Padme's. What you talking about?
In the books, they
That's why
describe
we
it
would
as a
kill anything
platonic
for her.
kiss. And yeah,
I
Anakin
don't think I've
literally
ever had
murdered
a
children.
platonic kiss.
Actually, Rogue One,
This is the
Yeah,
whole
I've never
weekend.
had a platonic kiss.
anything that has to do with Cassian, I don't like anything. I don't like it. I don't want to see the TV show. I don't like that dude.
Thank
He's just
you.
annoying. I do not like him, period. He's just a creep.
I just
I
like to know more about the Rebel Alliance and like what goes on behind closed doors because we don't really get that a lot. I could care less what happens in Andor. I just
Oh,
want
yeah,
to see
my-
the behind the door stuff. Like
My mistake, Chris. They don't kiss. They nearly kiss. They have like a moment, but then they die. Sorry.
I just like, I don't like that dude. Like that dude I don't know. And I'm a bad guy. I like the bad guy. I usually lean more to the bad guy type of people, and I didn't like him. It was like, I like a bad guy, but I like a blunt bad guy. You're bad. Everybody knows you're bad, not the good guy. Bad guy playing the good guy that's really a bad guy that's playing a good guy. I didn't like all that. It was just weird. It made me feel uncomfortable. I wanted to punch him in the face. Like, if I seen you, I would kill you. So you better be glad that I'm not in Star Wars because I would you're a snake. I don't like snake people. I don't like all that manipulation crap. Like, I don't like that shit.
All of the scenes with Dryden Voss, I didn't think it was a very good character. And like I love Paul Bettany. I am obsessed with everything that man does. But Dryden Voss, I just don't think, especially because there were issues with the prosthetics and like how he was supposed to look, and it was all like reshot. Unfortunately, Solo is a fantastic movie. I love it to pieces, but
I love Dryden Voss.
questionable.
I think Paul Bettany killed it. I think
oh no, absolutely,
I
his
think
performance was
he-
He did the
terrifying.
best with what he was given.
yeah.
Yes.
And you got to think they went through 3 different directors, so he
Yeah.
had 3 different looks before he even got to even
Yep.
play his role.
I hate the fact that they brought Maul in the very end, and then they didn't have a number 2 to have Maul come back. Like,
That's the thing. That's why everybody's pushing for a number 2 because we want to know more about that whole syndicate and her going to Dathomir to see Maul. Like, I want to see Maul on Dathomir. Like the last time we saw Maul on Dathomir, he was getting his legs done. Like that's the last time, unless if we read the comics or the books.
There's a scene in Rebels where he goes to Dathomir with Ezra.
Yeah, but I'm talking about live action wise. Like
That's true.
we have not seen Dathomir in live action, and that would be amazing just to have that, just that moment alone. Her showing up on Dathomir, Maul standing there in front of an empty,
Well, that would be a
empty
cool.
palace.
That would be cool to be able to bring the Night Sisters in. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
really, other than just them being brought up in dialogue, to have them actually in live. I want to see a Ventress in live action. I think that would be dope. I so hope that they figure out a way to bring Ventress into live action. I think Ventress was still one of the best characters. Her storyline was one of the best character plots that there was in the Clone Wars. So I would love to see her in live action.
I got a bad scene to mention that nobody really seems to talk about from Phantom Menace. And this is just a personal gripe of mine. But the scene where they're having dinner with Anakin and his mom.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
And solely
Don't do
for
that
one
again.
reason. I think the scene itself is good. It establishes the characters well. But Jar Jar flicking
Jar Jar's
his
so
tongue
bad.
out to
That was
like
just
eat.
disgusting.
And then the fact that
Don't do
Qui-Gon
that again.
touches it and holds it for a prolonged amount of time, just gives me an ick. And then also Yoda. Yoda CGI in Phantom Menace was not good. He just
If they'd have
looked
just
like
brought the puppet back.
exactly.
Frank Oz did amazing with it.
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
care. Like they should have just did Puppet Yoda all the way through. Like, don't get me wrong, we wouldn't have had that cool scene in Revenge when he's killing the 501st. But come
Well,
on,
like,
Yeah,
Yoda
Jar
could have
Jar.
been a like inverse of Palpatine, where neither of them use lightsabers, and they both just like are so powerful in the Force they could just like wreck people without having to pull a lightsaber.
Mm. Star Wars has really been such a journey for all of us. We love it. We love to hate it. We hate it.
I wouldn't say I hate it. I just say, you're never going to, there's no such thing as perfection. So you're
No.
not going to get nothing that's perfect. And
No.
overall, like with all the movies, I think that they did the best with what they had to work with. It's kind of hard to perfect, or even get even close to perfection when you're dealing with people in Disney saying, oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. You got to do this. Oh, we want you to do this because we know that works to make money. I mean, we all know, everybody in Star Wars, all Star Wars fans know at this point that, the last 3 movies were money grabs. They weren't really pushed forward for a overall storyline. You don't change directors on a trilogy. You don't. There's certain things you don't change your writers because there's different writers in all 3 of the movies. You just don't do that stuff when you're dealing with something that is big as Star Wars, and that's where a lot of the complaints come from. It's just, it was just bad management, and it has to do with Disney, and we all know that. That's why I don't like, I don't care for the sequel trilogy as much as I do for the prequel and the original trilogy. But it's still Star Wars to me. I'm still going to watch it. Just like the Book of Boba Fett, we're 1 out of 3, but I'm still going to watch every episode. Andor, I can't stand Cassian or however you say his damn name. I can't stand that dude, but I'm still going to watch it. The Star Wars, I'm going to watch it. It's
You're
just,
going to watch it out of spite.
cause hopefully it's a better story than the Book of Boba Fett, because right now they're not doing a really good job. But you have to deal
it'll
with dealing with
180.
people.
It's gonna 180, Kyle. I can feel it.
Well, if
Can
they keep
feel it in
going
his
one good,
bones.
one bad, one good, one bad, then if they're going in the order that they're going in, 7's going to be terrible. You know what I'm saying? Because 7's the odd number. All the odd number ones suck. So they might want to switch it up real quickly here. But it's just, we have to look at the thing that regardless of the situation, over Kathleen Kennedy, there's Disney. Disney owns Star Wars, and Disney is still putting in their 2 cents on what is being done. We
And
know
they just need to
Disney is
nod.
Disney is the slasher in the movie. We know that. That's what it is. And we just have to accept that and just be happy that we're getting Star Wars at all. Because hey, like I tell you guys, you guys didn't have to.
Yeah, Disney could have bought it and just stopped any production whatsoever. They could have bought that so
Straight
they
up.
didn't have a competitor. Because George could have been like, yeah, I'll sell it to you, yada, yada, yada. They did like season 7 of Clone Wars, and then they finished this trilogy and just stopped altogether. Like they could have been like, yep,
They
we're
should have
done.
stopped. They should have stopped there.
Hey.
No, because then we wouldn't have the Mandalorian or the Bad Batch, and the Mandalorian and the Bad Batch were both pretty good. They just ain't did too good on the Book of Boba Fett so far.
We have
Yeah.
4 more
Okay,
episodes. I
then
have
they
faith
should have
that
stopped after
these-
Mandalorian.
No, that's the
Well,
thing though.
and
Like
this is the thing. We don't know what's going to happen on season 3 of the Mandalorian. They could come out with season 3 and just destroy the whole, the whole Mandalorian. I mean, it could come out and just be terrible. We don't know.
Why-
The only
why
thing
do
that
we gotta
really
be
makes me
fucking
mad
bad?
is when people sit back and they say, and I know it's true that Jon Favreau wrote all these. Jon Favreau said he wrote all the book of Boba Fett, and it's just terrible. Like, what the hell were you writing? What were you thinking when you wrote this down? Well, who were you catering
probably,
to when you wrote
like-
this crap down?
Honestly, I feel like when he wrote this, sorry, I think there was a lot more depth into it. And then you have Robert Rodriguez and Disney kind of just like, hey, we gotta keep it like this. We gotta do it like this. And we have
Well-
to make sure it's appropriate. No, do what
Anyway,
Favreau says. It will be an amazing thing. Look at
Even
Mandalorian.
Anyway.
Favreau's already
Ah.
he's went back and he's already said that he stands behind his writing. He wrote this. This is how, and everybody will be surprised at the end but you got to also understand, if you look at all of his other movies and stuff like that, the surprise is always at the ending of the movie.
Yeah.
So, and that's
is
what
true.
makes the movie okay, is the surprise at the end. No, I want a full good story during the whole movie. Don't lack the story during the movie and then give me something real exciting at the very end to
Kyle.
lead me on to the next part. I don't want that. I want a good story the whole way through. And it's not hard to write a good story the whole way through. I've read many of books and listened to many of books. It's a good story all the way through, from front to back. So it can be done. But you also got to look at the situation. This is not the only thing that they're writing. They're going back and forth between multiple different projects writing, and it makes it very hard to keep up when you're trying to do multiple different projects. I know from experience, I deal with it every day. When you're dealing with multiple different projects, it's very hard to keep up and be like, okay, do this here, make sure I'm doing this right. You get lost and stuff, and then sometimes other things bleed over into other things, and you're like, oh man, and it's too late by the time you already filmed it. Now you ain't gonna go back and waste 3 months to film a whole nother season or a whole nother episode. You just got to let it play out and just hope that fans enjoy it.
do we have a what if this week? Do we have a what if this week?
Yes, we have a what this week. Let me see.
Let's go.
Okay. What if the Mandalorians won the Mandalorian War? How would Star Wars be right now?
Which war?
Ooh.
The
Hold on.
Mandalorian War.
Well, you got to think so. You have
There's been a lot of those.
there's been a lot with them. They've had the Mandalorian Sith War. They had the Mandalorian Jedi War. They had the.
We're talking about
Civil-
Mandalorian
they've had,
versus the Republic. The one that's called the Mandalorian Wars.
Okay.
The one that
Okay.
Revan blew up their planet.
What if they would have killed Revan? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, what if they would have killed Revan, and what if they would have won that war? How would things have been right now?
Can I go first? Because I honestly,
Yeah,
this is my thing.
This is
Absolutely.
not a topic
This is
I'm
my
versed
niche.
in, so you guys have the floor. CJ, go ahead.
They would have thrived. They would have taken out Revan. They would have went back to Coruscant and taken their home planet back. And then they would have just planet hopped and took out anybody that opposed them. And just everybody would be a Mandalorian. It would just be really cool to see a bunch
Hold
of
on, no. But sorry, go ahead.
No, you got a rebuttal. I got to hear it. You got me to stop. I
Okay.
want to hear this.
Right after the Mandalorian War, Revan finds out about that Sith Empire that's been planning and waiting for the perfect time to make themselves known and attack the Republic. If the Mandalorians would have won, I don't think the Mandalorians would have stood a chance against the Sith Empire.
Ooh.
I can see that in a way, but if you look back into Legends and you listen to the Mandalorian history, the Mandalorians aligned themselves with the Sith because they couldn't stand the Jedi, but the Sith did the
Right.
Mandalorians dirty. So I feel like the existence of the Sith wouldn't be bad until they do them dirty. I think they could coincide, and then the second the Sith wanted to take over the rest of the galaxy, then we'd have another war.
Well, you got to remember too that when the Mandalore was fighting, when Revan killed the Mandalore, that's when he found out that the Mandalore was under the control of the Sith. He was under control.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So if you
Dylan.
think about it in that sense,
Forgot
and the
about that.
Mandalore would have attacked the Republic, he would have sent the Mandalorians to attack the rest of the Republic, and then the Sith would have just came in and they would already been in control because they was already in control of the
Yeah.
Mandalore.
They were controlling the Mandalorians.
Dylan, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, so I don't know a whole lot about Legends, especially this era of Legends. But when
Technically, none of this is Legends now. This is all canon now.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes.
But what I would say is, if you think the Mandalorians would recruit the Jedi, or if they take over the galaxy, if you think about it, they're gonna run into Force sensitives. They're gonna run into either remnants of the Jedi. So they'd either have to like purge the Jedi, or they may end up working with them eventually, because the Jedi are still around; they still exist. So you can't just, like disappear them.
I don't think that they would work with the Jedi just because of the simple fact they hate the Jedi. The Mandalorians hate their entire armor, everything, the all their droids, all their weaponry, everything is based on fighting the Jedi.
Yep.
That is true, but the enemy of my enemy, if the Sith were coming and they're the bigger, badder evil, and they're threatening the Mandalorians' control, it almost makes sense to go, hey, listen, we don't like you, but we'll work with you to solve this, problem, solve this threat.
You take out the Sith and then turn around and take out the Jedi and then rule the whole galaxy and call it a day.
I mean, in canon also, there's Tar Vizsla, so there's the Mandalorian Jedi. So what if all Jedi?
He was already dead by this point.
Yeah, he was dead by this time.
He was dead by this
point.
Right,
but because of that history, you could say, I mean, we've had Mandalorians that are Jedi in the past. So you could almost take that and say, let's forge a new path together.
I like Chris's point in the chat. He said, I don't know too much about this, but I think they would be a way more extreme version of the Empire, a lot more slavery, and they treat anyone who wasn't Mandalorian like garbage. I think that's a point I could agree with. I see quite a lot of elitism, in particular in like the older versions of Mandalorian and how it was run.
I'm sorry.
No. I was done.
I think that the Mandalorians, because a lot of the Mandalorians are not from Mandalore. They're adopted family. They're adopted into the Mandalorians. I mean, that's like Din is adopted into the Mandalorian. He's not a Mandalorian by birth.
Same thing with Jango. Jango was a foundling also. So they made that canon. I'm so happy.
No, they're not. You just have to kind of get adopted into their thing, and you have to like ally yourself to whatever house that you're
and you have to show extreme loyalty to that house. Like they say it, you do it, you don't question it. It does not matter through and through.
I don't know if it would go that way, but I do think that maybe it would be. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I don't see the Mandalorians still didn't give up after they lost the war. They still kept fighting on. They still went after Mandalore's mask. They still, they kept on. A lot of them turned to bounty hunting and stuff like that because they're just a warrior species. It's just part of of who they are as they're just warriors. So I'm wondering, I don't think that they could have beat the Sith. The Sith Empire was freaking huge, and if it wasn't just for the light side and just light always overdoes dark, that's the way it's written. That's the only reason that when the Sith came back to fight in the Sith the Republic Sith Empire war that the Sith Empire lost. I think that if they would have won the war. And they even if they did beat the Galactic Empire or the Republic, I think that they would have fought against the Sith, but I do think that they would have lost, which is hard to tell though because I don't know. The Sith are just way more powerful than your all your armor is based to beat a Jedi. Now you get the electrocuting, Mandalorians. They're in metal armor. I mean that's kind of like a very good conductor. So I just don't see them winning. I think
be fried.
I think the Sith would have took over. It would just been faster. I think the Sith Empire we would have never had Bane and the Brotherhood of Darkness or any of that stuff. That stuff would have never happened.
I think you'd have a. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, can you then argue that these wars, particularly specifically this one, are almost essential to the story of Star Wars as we know it and the history of Star Wars as we understand it. Like it the way you describe it and talk about it, it seems as if these wars and all of this, it's so essential and necessary despite being horrific.
Well, and the biggest thing with the Mandoa culture is that if they could just get along with like with each other. The thing is each family had a civil war with each other.
Oh God.
Vizsla was in a war with Jaster Maril and the can't remember their name all of a sudden. I was listening to the history of Mandalorians yesterday. But if that wouldn't have happened, Django wouldn't have been popped up. You know, Django's the Fett farm wouldn't have been attacked. And like if they could have just coincided with each other and been perfectly fine, I think it would have built Mandalore more. I think it would have been more powerful and very more technologically advanced. But the inner struggles with families and the inner struggles with trying to be peaceful people instead of the original Mandoa, you know, the Tongs and all that, it would have been a lot more different. But with the struggles, it also, like you said, Charlie, it did give us the wars that we got. It gave us the history we got. We wouldn't have never gotten Django, which would have never happened with Boba Fett. Bo-Katan would have not been a part of the Night Owl. She would have been part of the Kreese family and been royalty. The Mandalore's mask would have stayed on Mandalore and continued to be passed down from Mandalore to Mandalore. The dark saber would have probably stayed there. It wouldn't have been taken by the Jedi and shoved in the temple. Like, it's just, there's so many different things.
I don't know if that happened
before. The dark saber
before.
was liberated from the Jedi Temple during the Mandalorian Wars. I think that's what Vizsla says.
The Vizsla family went in and they sent a fraction in to go in and sneak into the temple and take it back. And then it turned into the symbol of Mandalore because they couldn't find Mandalore's mask.
Well, no, Mandalore had it when he fought Revan.
Yeah, and then Revan took the mask and hid it.
Well, Revan took the mask and hid it. They don't ever really say what happened to the dark saber.
Well, yeah, no. So the Jedi. So when I was listening to this history, because this guy covered literally, it's like an hour and a half video of just from the beginning to Boba Fett's reign as Mandalore.
Is it Mike Zero?
No, God, it's not Mike Zero. I wouldn't listen to Mike Zero.
No. Kyle, what do you take CJ for? A traitor?
That is some maniacal backstabbery to the Mandoa culture that I would never step on.
He got a lot of those videos that talk about.
No, this guy literally has taken from comics, has taken from books, talks with people that were in the Lucasfilm industry that thought this and all this stuff.
So you go in like thorough.
Yeah, so the Jedi, when they attacked Mandalore in one of the brigades that they were trying to do, found the dark saber and realized that the Mandalorian people don't need it. This is not something. This is a Jedi's weapon, and Vizsla's now gone. Vizsla's long gone. You don't need his lightsaber. We're going to put it in the temple with the rest of the fallen Jedi, like we do with everything. And they did that, and they took it. And later on, the Vizsla clan came in, took the lightsaber out during the middle of the war from the temple, which I think is great.
But they never discuss it after because the Mandalore had it. Because it says something I might be mistaken. I might be just talking out my ass at this point, but I'm pretty sure that Mandalore had it when he was fighting against Revan, because there was something about the clash of blades or the clash of sabers. So that means Mandalore had to have a saber.
I don't think it was a saber. I think it was a Beskar spear. I really think that's where we get that Beskar spear and how people find that as that's a Mandalore thing. Well, because when I was listening to it, most of the time people with this history, because like I said, I've listened to 6 different videos. I won't listen to Mike Zero because I don't take the credibility for his side of things. Because you can blow smoke, no big deal. But why is it such a thing? Like when somebody's got all Beskar armor and a Beskar staff, that's Mandalore. That's the overall hierarchy. Where did that come from? From a Mandalore. One of the Mandalores had a Beskar spear. He was very, very good with that spear. Now we have Mando himself, Din Djarin, with it, and everybody's like, "Oh God, he's Mandalore."
He also got the dark saber too at this point.
Dylan, And Garrison, did you guys have any more points to add before we gently shift to sort of news and rumors?
Because I could talk about this for hours. I could
Yeah,
literally do
CJ,
my own show.
I can feel him. I can feel him going. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
gotta-
gonna.
you gotta kill me. You
I'm not all
gotta
that
stop
knowledge.
me.
I just
Oh.
feel like everything.
Go on Mandalorian stuff. I'm for Mandalorian armor for the first time. I'm building a Boba Fett,
Ooh.
the Book of Boba Fett version. So
Yes.
I've got my helmet right there. So that's been sitting in the background.
You got to
silently
put a
judging me.
dent in it.
It's got a dent.
Oh,
You just got to bring it real.
okay.
Nice.
And what's great is actually if you look inside of the helmet, you can't really see it because it gets dark, but there's actually a dent on the inside of the helmet.
Oh, cool. So they
Nice.
really made it authentic like that. Like
Oh,
it
they
actually.
nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. Black Series for the win.
Garrison,
Black
did
Series
you
for the
have
win.
anything more to?
Nah, I guess it's kind of
Nah.
already been said. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Is everyone good for news and rumors?
Let's do it.
I've got
Yeah, let's hit it.
quite a lot to share this week.
I do too. I have a couple things.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't do the what if promo thing. Yo, well, sorry guys.
The Ultimate News and Rumors.
I beat you to it. Does anybody particularly want to go first? Because I'm happy to kick it off. This has been bugging me. It popped up on Twitter a couple of days ago. There is a supposed trailer for a Knights of Ren series that was leaked via Twitter. I've watched it multiple times. It's made on like Unreal Engine, and there's elements in there that are from like Lord of the Rings thing. So I would like to conclude that it's not real. It's very good, but it's not real. And I've seen I've seen a lot of people sort of backing and back and forthing about whether it's legitimate or not. But I would like to post that it is not. Very exciting, but not quite what we were thinking.
Yeah, it looks cool, but it's not real. Not real.
Yeah.
And I don't
Sorry,
I don't know if
everyone.
it should be real. I don't know if it should be
No.
real.
I'm down to learn more about the Knights of Ren, but I think they're going to kind of explore them a bit in the comics. If anybody follows,
Yeah,
the,
I think
Yeah.
I'd
the,
I
rather
think-
the
the
comics
Crimson
than-
Reign is
Yeah.
the current comic line going on, which is amazing, or looks amazing. By the way, I loved War of the Bounty Hunters. I thought that was a great one.
Sorry, press the
I
wrong
think
button. Press the wrong button. I am
Happy
sorry.
birthday, man.
I went to
Happy
move
birthday,
my
man.
notes and I clicked the leave studio and I was like,
I've
oh,
done that before.
Darn
that's
it.
great. I just want to pull up my notes.
I can
Oh,
just see you
nice.
in the private chat. Like, let me in, lol. Please.
So basically, what I've seen from the Knights of Ren series, and 'cause this isn't the first time that it's been talked about.
No.
This is not something that Disney has not confirmed, or they haven't said anything about it at all. They haven't said that it's not going to happen, but they haven't said that it is going to happen. They've been pretty silent on it. So there's no telling right at this point. It's just a rumor. There's no real evidence that it is or if it isn't. Disney hasn't. And then there's actually another one for the Bo-Katan series. And there was also, I guess, a she on the interview. Now, this is rumored because I haven't seen the interview, so I can't confirm. But she said something about it. And then Ming-Na Wen,
Yes.
she said something about it as well, of the Bo-Katan series coming out. She tweeted about it, like more like congratulating.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with
Christina.
more Mandalorian stuff. Just
I
saying.
can quote. It says, "Woohoo! Thrilled for you, Katie Sackhoff. Congrats, girl. Hashtag Bo-Katan. Hashtag Star Wars. Hashtag Disney Plus." Before immediately deleting it, and I mean immediately.
So there's two different points. Like I said, the video of her, of the interview of Christina talking about a series, or she slipped up and said something about a series, but I haven't seen that, so that's just a rumor. But it's kind of questionable because then why would Ming come out and drop that thing? But at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a new series. It could have been that she was that she got signed for the season 3 of Mandalorian, and they were in
Yeah.
negotiations or something. There's so
I
many
hope we
different
get a
possibilities.
Bo-Katan series though.
Yeah.
I would love a Bo-Katan series.
I want to know how she
I
loses.
have her Funko Pop and I have her Black Series toy. Like, I love anything to do with the Mandalorian culture. It's like one of my favorite cultures. It's got a very Viking
kinda
aesthetic
even-
and feel to it.
They kind of even hint to it in the Mandalorian. At some point that they gotta go try to get back Mandalore. They gotta go try to figure out what's going on with Mandalore. I mean, they hinted to it in the thing. So if a season or if a series did come out about Bo-Katan and them going after Mandalore, it wouldn't be that big of a surprise to any of us. They talked about it in the Mandalorian. They asked him for the help to go save the planet, which I don't. From my understanding, Mandalore is just junk anyway.
Well,
but we also
it's-
know in the books, the Boba Fett books, that he is on Mandalore at one point, and he is the new Mandalore. So
And they just canonized all that by him talking about it
so
in the book. So
there's like, to me, it wouldn't be a big surprise if Bo-Katan got her own show.
that'd be
I
great.
mean-
I'd love to see the Night Owls again.
It's just I don't look at it as like rumored or not rumored. It's kind of like if like kind of they already kind of told us that they were going to do it, kind of. So it's like not really that big of a deal. It's like, oh yeah, it'd be great if they do it. I'd be excited, but it's not it's not something to get like, oh, they a whole new series has come out. Bo-Katan's getting a whole new series. Like it kind of already told us that. They kind of been hitting to that for a while. So but Kathleen Kennedy, I guess she hasn't made comments, but she at the same time hasn't said anything about either way on either one of them. Basically, both of the things
That's
came out.
fair.
Disney has not replied. Kathleen Kennedy has not replied on either of them. So it's kind of like, I'll just leave everybody in the dark and just let them just keep spreading the rumor. It'll build up hype, and we'll see if we're going to do it later or not. Type of situation. So
Speaking of Kathleen Kennedy, both George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy are to receive the 2022 Milestone Award at the 33rd Annual Producers Guild on Friday. The pair have been officially recognised for their contributions to film both individually and collaboratively through Lucasfilm. Very, very well deserved. This award has also been given to people like Walt Disney and Ron Howard, so it's
Ron Howard's been in the game for a very long time. Like,
damn straight.
it makes sense. Like, Ron
No,
Howard's been in
I-
movies since American Graffiti, and even before that, he was on TV shows.
Both of
So-
them, especially George, definitely I feel like deserved the recognition. I think that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh,
what kind of saddens me a little bit is, that George just doesn't care about none of this stuff no more. There's a reason he wants to just live his life now. He's like, I did everything.
he's done.
He's done, and they keep offering him these awards, and they keep. It's like they keep drawing him back in. He's like, damn, just leave me the hell alone. I'm done. Just leave me alone. I did all the
appreciate it,
greatness
but
that
I'm
I'm going to
done.
do. They just leave me alone, and they keep sucking him back in for interviews and giving him all these awards, and he's just like, damn it, just leave me the hell alone, man. I'm great. I know I'm great. Leave me the hell alone. And it just kind of makes me sad. Like, leave the guy alone, man. He created the most awesome thing ever. He wants to chill now. Let him chill. He's sitting back drinking margaritas and chilling on his giant ranch, and you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't care about none of this stuff no more. He
Taking
did
a
all
ride
his
around
work.
Ewok Lake.
That's still crazy that they named it Lake.
I know.
Ewok Lake.
I know.
It's better than Lake Jar Jar.
True. I also have to talk about, because this has been going a bit viral on Twitter. One of Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriends came out and said that he forced her to watch. Did you want this one?
No, is this real?
Yes.
Yes, this is legit.
This is
confirmed.
actually real.
Like,
Yes.
Jonah Hill
One of
came
his-
out
This
and
was
said that him and Leo
I thought
watched
this was a
it.
joke.
No,
No,
one of
all
his
real.
ex-girlfriends came out and said that Leonardo DiCaprio forced her to watch all of the Star Wars films whilst he ran around swinging his lightsabers around, recreating the fight scenes. And she
Bro,
said she had a
this
horrible
is like-
time and would never do it again.
And Jonah
Did
Hill
I just
turned
become
around.
best friends with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, me
And then
too.
Jonah Hill turned around and even confirmed it and said, yeah, I
Yes.
watched him with him while we were doing Wolf of Wall Street. And I didn't understand it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
get it. And it's like, man, of course you don't get it, but of course
I just
Leo made you watch them with you while filming a movie.
He's the world's most eligible, handsome, and rich bachelor, and that's what he chooses to do with his dates. Where can I sign up? Hello?
Bro.
Hello.
If you ever want to switch to guys, I'm here.
Sorry, Nick.
I'm
Sorry,
just kidding.
Sydney.
Hey, Leo.
How you doing, Leo? How you doing?
How are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Okay, I have a couple things.
Go ahead, CJ.
David Wolvington, the creator of the Dathomir and the Night Sisters, has passed away at 64 today.
He was on today, this morning.
Yep, this morning.
Oh, that's
May he rest in peace.
He was the writer of the Courtship of Princess Leia, which influenced a lot about Dathomir itself and the Night Sisters. May he rest in peace. The Wolvington family, I send my condolences. LSR, I believe, would send their condolences also. That's very young. It's very sad. On a lighter note, Daniel Logan could be. He's hinting at a larger role in the Book of Boba Fett flashbacks. He's been posting a lot of photos on the Instagram of his face on Camino, and
The
he's
face is the
leading.
money.
And people will comment, and he'll be like, "Oh, just give it a chance. Just wait. Like you'll just wait," kind of stuff. And it's like, really, bro, just stop it. Stop it. Like, come on.
Everyone is getting so overexcited. It's kind of adorable. Garrison, do you have any news this week?
No, I just saw that Leonardo DiCaprio one, but I didn't know if it was real or not. It's
Oh,
so
bless
good
you.
to know that it's actually real.
I didn't believe
Yep.
it until
I
Jonah
didn't
Hill
either.
confirmed
I thought it was
it.
a joke.
Like the fact that Jonah Hill turned around after that came out, it was
I
like,
thought
yeah,
it was like
dude, we watched
satire.
it.
No.
No. I laughed
mean,
so
at
hard when
least-
Jonah Hill was like, "Yeah, dude, we watched it during Wolf of Wall Street." And like I was like, "Wow,
At
okay."
least that's what he's being exposed for rather than something horrible and terrible. Like, I appreciate that he's just a big Star Wars kid.
He's just a big nerd. I love
He's
that
just a
he's
big
exposed
nerd.
for that.
I wonder
my
what kind of
goodness.
lightsabers Leonardo.
Right?
I know.
Like,
That's
Oh,
I bet you
he's got a
Disney
huge
Parks,
collection.
like Legacy one, or does he have like a NeoPixel?
Oh, he's a NeoPixel guy. He wants to clash. He wants to
I-
actually fight.
I would love
Yeah.
to see Leonardo DiCaprio bring out a NeoPixel. That'd be great.
But
I would love to
also
see him
think
at a
he's
Star
got-
Wars premiere do it.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes. I also think that he's got like a full collection of like the OG lightsabers, like the.
Oh yeah, he's got all the helmets. He's got his
he's
own
got all,
nerd
like,
room.
glass
He probably got
cases.
the authentic lightsabers, like from the
Yeah.
actual set things. He probably don't buy. He got the money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He got the real ones. He
He
don't
probably,
have.
he probably
you
hits
know,
up George like, "Hey, you got anything you want to get rid of out of Lucas Ranch? Anything
mean,
you
he
don't
has
really
the money,
necessarily
so-
like?"
Anything that doesn't go to Rancho Obi-Wan comes to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That man can walk in there and pick whatever he wants.
Oh, I bet you he could though. I bet you George is like, "Yeah, take it all. Just take it."
Leo's like, I want it, I've got it.
Is it time for me to do the quiz?
Oh,
So
God.
hold up, I got one. So this just
Oh, okay.
popped up not too long ago, but I guess Mr. Morrison is speaking out about the Book of Boba Fett, and he said one of the problems that he has is that Boba talks too much.
Bobo.
That's something he says. He says my character talks too much. He's a bounty hunter. Why is he talking so much? And he said he could see from what I'm reading right here. This came out on comicbooktv.com 14 hours ago. But basically, he's saying that he sees why the fans are a little upset. Just wait. That's what he said. He said, I see why the fans
That's
are a little
fair.
bit upset, but just wait.
I
So-
like that he's
Okay.
like,
Just wait,
"Hey,
it
I
gets
get
worse."
that you guys are upset, but hold on. There's you'll get it." Which I'm happy
Dude,
because
I'm-
Tamara. So I was watching interviews with him. He is brutally honest, and it's very hard to like for him to answer questions without trying to give something away. He is literally the Tom Holland
Man
in the
has
Star Wars
no
universe.
filter.
He's such a chill guy too. Like he's so like just go with the flow, just chill. I love it.
I'm like sitting here looking at the interview, and I'm like, man, why does he look so serious? Jesus, man, he looks serious as hell. Like, damn, like you scared me. Like I'm scared to watch you.
Right.
Like, put back on the helmet so I ain't so scared. Like you're scarier than
No,
Boba
like,
Fett.
Like I said, I was
Himself.
watching like so they did videos of their reactions after the episodes. They've done like 3 of them so far. and they have Mignon and Tamara talking about the episode and what they think about it. And the guy's like trying to be tricky with questions, kind of like Kyle was when Mignon was on there. Like he's kind of just like trying to tiptoe around and get the answer that he wants without directly asking the question. And Mignon's like, whoa. You got to pay attention to this one. He's a little slick. And Tamara's like, oh, man, I would have told him. Like, nice catch. And it's like, you're the Tom Holland of Star Wars. Stop.
I think he would sit there and tell us the plot of the entire show, episodes 1 to 7, and not even take a breath. Like, it wouldn't bother him. It wouldn't faze him. He wouldn't even blink. It would just be...
I love how you can tell he's having so much fun on the show. Just the way he's like smiling.
He's having a good time.
He's having the time of his life. Like a panther.
Like a panther.
I still can't believe I said that to her. Like I'm looking at her like I can't believe I said what I said. Hey, I was delirious. It was all right.
Hey, you were just excited. Come on.
I was excited because I was like, holy crap. You know, it is what it is, but it was, I was a little bit, I was a little bit nervous and sick.
We were so excited for you.
It was fun.
Right. I want to do the quiz.
All right, go to the quiz. Let's do the quiz.
Has everyone been...
Well, now, you insufferable want-rats. It's time for Charlie's impossible quiz.
I didn't even do it this time. How'd you cut yourself off?
Yeah, I cut myself off. That's a great move, isn't it?
I'm afraid.
I was about to run the hell out of here. That's what I was at. As soon as you hit that button, I was gone.
Dylan, I'm sure you're aware. Please stick your hand up if you have an answer, and I will get to you as quickly as I can. Question number 1. Yeah, get the Google ready. Question number 1.
Googling.
What?
Hey, my hands are back here. My hands are here.
I wish to see everyone's hands. Nice hands, please. Question number 1. What real-life item is seen in the hands of Qui-Gon Jinn in The Phantom Menace?
It's a razor. It's a razor.
Yeah!
Wow.
Do you know what make it is?
It is, I know it's a woman's razor.
Gillette.
Yes.
Gillette. It's a Gillette women's razor.
Yeah.
My mom actually has one. And I remember seeing it. I was just like, no way. Like how does my mom have Qui-Gon's communicator?
Yeah, so the communicator that he's holding when he's speaking to like the ship and Obi-Wan, it's a Gillette lady shave.
Huh.
Neat.
It is a cool razor.
Yeah. It is a cool. What was that sentence? Let me try again. Question number 2. What character in the Star Wars universe was responsible for George Lucas being served a lawsuit? CJ?
Jar Jar Binks, damn it. I'm just gonna say Jar Jar.
Kyle?
Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
I figured that came out like a few times. He was getting sued for something.
No one got any guesses.
Oh yeah, I got no idea.
Dylan, have a guess. Have a guess.
Have a guess. I was gonna guess Jar Jar, but
thank you.
I mean,
I
it's
have no
a smart
idea.
one. So, I'm going to post an article about this in the group chat, so it's a little bit easier to understand because it's a bit complicated. R2-D2, Universal Studios tried to pose a lawsuit stating that R2-D2's design was stolen from their film Silent Running. But
Sure.
Fox very, very, very quickly countersued and said there were no similarities between the two of them at all, and it was all dealt with very quickly. But yes, R2-D2 was the reason George got handed a lawsuit.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I remember seeing something about that the other day. So
Of course, it's R2, the most violent droid other than Chopper.
the most terrible character ever.
Punching the air.
Question number 3. In Return of the Jedi, which character has a famous wardrobe malfunction still visible on VHS copies? Garrison, your face. It's Kyle.
Leia.
No.
It's,
CJ?
Is it the Twi'lek dancer from Jabba's palace?
It is. It is the Twi'lek dancer in Jabba's palace. On the VHS copies, you can see her, the green Ula. You can see her dancing and her boobs just
everywhere.
fall out.
God, man, why don't I have that copy no more, man? I got rid of all my VHSs. I should have kept that.
I've got one on the shelf. But yeah. Question number 4. Who owns the copyright for the Stormtrooper design?
Who owns the copyright?
Ralph McQuarrie?
No.
No.
Good guess.
It should be, though. It should be Ralph.
Disney
Lucasfilm
now.
LTD.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm LTD.
Disney. No.
Oh, is it the Ainsworth guy?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a Supreme
is.
Court case in the UK.
It was indeed. Yes. There's an article in the group chat that breaks it. Was like a 5-year legal battle that breaks it down, but it's so complicated. But yeah, a gentleman called, where did my question list go? Andrew Ainsworth, after 5 years of battle with Lucasfilm, owns the copyright for the Stormtrooper design. Which is why you see it reproduced in so many places. Like you see like decanters and hot sauce bottles and with the exact Stormtrooper design, because the copyright isn't owned by Disney.
Man, it's
The more you know.
collecting history.
That's
Yeah.
neat.
Question number 5. What did actor Ahmed Best recommend George Lucas do with Jar Jar during development for Revenge of the Sith?
Kill him.
Yeah, straight kill him. You have him slain by Sidious.
No. If nobody gets the exact scenario, then I'm going to give the point to Kyle because he was the first one who was closest. But there was a
Killed
very,
by
very
Vader.
specific.
Crushed by the falling Senate?
CJ, that point is yours. Ahmed
Yes.
Best, who, if people didn't know, plays Jar Jar Binks, wanted Anakin to hack Jar Jar to pieces in Revenge of the Sith. That is what he wanted.
That would have been great.
That actually is
know.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta.
This
admit,
is
that
your
was-
fault.
That would have made a lot of fans
Well-
very, very happy.
Or not even
Yeah.
whack him, just like force him like against the wall and just like until he dies. You know
Oh,
what I
no,
mean?
no, no,
Just
no, no.
totally-
Ahmed wanted Jar Jar
brutalize
cut
him.
in 2 pieces, like deli meat.
Like sushi.
I don't care. No. I'm just saying for the good of the movie, just beat the character to crap. Like just let Anakin go full anger on the guy.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Absolutely.
hacking
Yeah,
him,
that
just
might go
force
to the
choking
insane
him, slamming him
Well,
against
I
the
want to know
wall.
what he did to
Just like
Akbar.
a 10-minute
on
scene
Mustafar.
of him beating the
Yeah.
shit out of him.
I want it bloody. I want it gory. I want it violent.
I
No
want
blood.
to
I want that
drown
scene-
Jar Jar,
That
even though
scene
Jar Jar
alone,
can
I
breathe
want that
underwater.
scene to make it rated R. Just that scene alone will make
Yes.
it rated R, and I want that.
Yes. Question number 6. Who did Andy Serkis base Snoke's mannerisms on?
Is it Gollum?
Gollum.
No.
One of the apes from Planet of the Apes.
No. You are also way off. This is hilarious.
Is it
Hey.
okay?
Hey,
let me
hey.
ask. Can
Is
I
it-
ask a
hold
question?
on.
Wait.
He's got like. Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
Is it another? Is it? Are we talking about another character in another movie or something like that?
I can't tell you. I want to know what Garrison's answer is.
I think he's got the whole robe thing going on, so I'm gonna go with Hugh Hefner.
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
Let's go, kid!
that's amazing.
Ding 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 ding.
That literally,
Congratulations,
because when I first saw him, I thought that's like a Hugh Hefner Sith Lord.
Wow.
Well, I'm surprised that actually was the
Sorry,
inspiration.
Yes. Andy
That's
Serkis
just what he
used
reminded me of.
the OG, the founder of Playboy himself, Hugh Hefner, to inspire Snoke's
Wow.
mannerisms.
Dang.
You're a different breed. You are. You damn.
Hey,
boy,
I
damn.
recognize my hero anyway. I'm just kidding.
Nothing. Hey,
Just imagine you saying
Where's
Playboy
somebody
Mansion,
that
"I've
dark
not been
one
betrayed,
okay,
I've not been beaten."
nothing will be worse than me knowing how many times Darth Maul blinks.
That's fair.
That was
Question.
creepy.
That was creepy. Question number 7. I think we should just end now. Like that was a great. No. Question number 7. What was Black Chrysanthemum's working name during the script writing for Book of Boba Fett?
It's they just eliminated the black off of it. That's
No.
all they did. What?
No.
I just listened to a thing. I
Just
had to
saw
say
this
they
the
said
other
that.
day.
No.
I'm blinking right now.
Chewbacca. I'm just saying it. Chewie.
Uh,
It's something like
Caesar.
Wookiee.
It's like
The
a big
Wookiee.
dog or something like that.
No, I'm actually going to give the point to CJ because the answer is Newbacker.
Oh,
Yes!
come on.
Which
That's
is-
so different.
Yes!
No.
I saw this the other day.
I have
That's
3
trash.
today. I'm doing
That's
great.
totally different.
Does, CJ.
That does not count.
That's awesome. I
I
am.
know that I was just listening to something. Or I was reading something that had to do. They're going to eliminate the black off the front of his name
Yes,
from now
they
on.
are. They
They're
are.
taking
But
the black
yeah,
off of his name.
Why?
his working title was Newbacker.
Why are they taking the black off of there? I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody
why are they taking
complained.
black off?
Because somebody's being sensitive and needs to stop. It's bad enough
I mean,
that
let's
Tamara
move
Morrison
on.
already confirmed that they're not calling it Slave 1. They're going to call it the Fire Spray.
fair. Question
It's Slave
number
1.
8. Question number 8, you monsters. Where were Luke and Leia born?
Mata.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Straight
Damn.
up, yes.
Damn you.
All right, CJ.
They were born on a medical station in the asteroid field of Polis Amasa.
Good win. Good catch, though.
Scariest.
You were right on it, man. I can't be mad at that.
Damn. Question number 9. Zero the Hutt was rated as the worst Clone Wars character of all time, but who killed him?
Oh,
Dylan?
Slice noodles.
Yes! Our favourite independent jizz musician, singer extraordinaire, shot him in the chest.
We didn't
With
even
his
mention
feet.
her worst
With his
part of Star
feet.
Wars.
Her?
We didn't even mention just the snout with the lips. Just
It's giving me Lady Gremlin vibes.
yeah, not
Too
a fan.
much.
Not a fan.
What was the question again?
Zero the Hutt was
Oh, man,
rated.
shit. If
Zero
I'd heard
the
the
Hutt
question,
was-
I'd have got that right off the bat.
Yeah,
That's one
Zero
of
the
my
Hutt was
favorite
rated as
scenes.
the worst. Who killed him? Question number 10. Which actor caused $150,000 of additional production costs on The Phantom Menace? CJ?
Liam Neeson.
Yes.
I already
Yeah,
know
that
that.
sounds about right.
I know all the problems that he's got. The height, he couldn't get
Yep.
through doors very well.
Yep. They had to
clothing
redo
was
every single
difficult.
doorway.
Wait a minute. Wasn't
They
this
had
already
to-
one of our questions?
No.
No?
It was who went missing during a rainstorm during episode 1.
Yeah.
I'm
Liam
going to go back
Neeson
and listen to
also
all the
went
episodes.
missing.
I'm pretty sure you asked this question before.
No. Liam Neeson got lost in a rainstorm during the filming of Phantom Menace, and that was my question. Who got lost during a thunderstorm?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that you asked this question in like one of the first
Nope.
3 episodes.
Nope. I know. I have them all written down, and I double checked. I
Charlie's got a
know.
list. It just like
Question-
crosses them off as it answers.
I do. Question number 11. Why did George Lucas create Jizz music?
So he can have music in the show.
No.
That way he can create his
And he
own
couldn't
genre
use
of
nobody
music.
else's music because it would have been copywritten. So he had to create
Nope.
his own.
No, there's a really weirdly specific reason.
Because he
he's
wanted to do
George
his own
Lucas.
genre of music.
No guesses?
Nope.
So, during the filming of the cantina scene, George was horribly dissatisfied with the quality of the costuming and the style of the shots that he was putting together. He added the cantina band in post-production and along with the jizz music that he asked John Williams to compose separately. So it was added at a much later date because he just wasn't happy with how the scene was fitting together. So he came up with the concept of Jizz, a jizz band. And yeah,
I can see that. Some don't work.
like it makes like perfect sense. It really does. Our final question, question number 12. Where in Empire Strikes Back do we see Boba Fett's face?
Ooh, I know.
Oh,
Dylan?
He's one of the Imperial officers. He's the one that's carting Leia away.
damn you!
Yes, he is.
Oh,
He
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Damn you!
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Under the
Dylan.
Helmet last night, so
Dylan, you won.
barely. CJ and I had
Barely, but you won.
Him and
Yeah,
I were
you
going
and
back and
CJ were
forth
like-
on this.
we were going
This
back and
question
forth.
right here was the tiebreaker, and I wanted that. Damn you!
I gotta be quick with it.
What's going on, Fig Fury? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. You've just
Yeah.
missed the quiz. It's the best bit. That was so much fun. Thank you guys. Dylan, you did amazingly. I am so proud. 10 out of 10.
Thank you guys. I love being here.
And you back up your answers. That's the cool part.
Yes,
is
you
like,
do. You do.
when you're in the chat, we all swear a lot of these people are Googling, man. You got the knowledge in your head. We love it.
No, I don't Google. I try my best to not. Like, if I don't know something, I'm genuinely as surprised as everybody else. So, and it's tough because some of these, like, I know them, and a lot of times I'll just try to get it out. Even if I don't know 100%, I'll try to get close.
That's fair. Garrison, you with that Hugh Hefner, like, I can't.
Once a week, somebody's got something.
Are you like hacking my computer and looking at the answers? Are you
No,
reading my
no.
mind? Like,
Because I swear, like, ask my friends. We literally talked about how he looked kind of like Hugh Hefner in his robe, just like sitting on the chair. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. He just always reminded me of Hugh Hefner. So I said it as more of like a joke one.
Oh my
without
god!
thinking that it would actually be right.
That's awesome.
That's how I
Now
get most of my
now
answers.
that I
right.
have that in my head, I can definitely see it. Just the way he's perched when the lightsaber's just like, all doing his thing. Totally.
And just the arrogance of him sitting there, like, you can't touch this. Like,
exactly. You can look, but you can't touch.
And like his robe and everything. It's just
the gold and
the golden gaudy
and,
robe.
Yeah. Damn.
Yes, bro.
This is getting
Star
tough.
Wars for life and stuff.
And stuff.
I would
like
agree
to
with that.
remember that and stuff. I think it may possibly be time to wrap up and say goodbye. I've had an absolutely incredible show this week, Dylan. I cannot thank you enough for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to spend some time with you and pick your brains about Star Wars. Thank you so much for joining us and the crew. We're so, so grateful. It's been amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. So if anybody wants to look, I actually just started my own podcast.
Yes.
It is called the Under the Helmet Podcast. If you type in Under the Helmet Podcast on YouTube, should be the first thing that comes up. I'm also on Instagram with a Under the Helmet page, but I also run my own cosplay page called Dylan Just Cosplays. So definitely come check me out, guys.
He's amazing. He's a really, really good cosplayer. Absolutely 10 out of 10.
Can't wait to put the Boba Fett together. It's going to be a process.
Yes.
Post the process because I just got my EVA foam yesterday. So slowly but surely.
Nice. Thank you,
Anyway, thank
everybody.
you guys for having me. This is great.
You are
Absolutely
so welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in the chat. It has been a pleasure to catch up with everybody and have some fun and have some laughs. And as always, be kind, be safe, and from everybody here at LightSaber Radio and Under the Helmet Podcast, may the Force be with you always.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't ready again.
Nah.
I'm sucking at doing this.
Where's
man.
the button? Hit the button!
Thank you for tuning into LSR. If you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. They're linked in the show notes below. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pick Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Charlie Harwood, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Carl McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.